Hey guys, what is up? My name is Tech Justin, and today we are back again with another Doza Craft Feed the Beast Infinity modded server. See, it's becoming Doza Craft FTB. I'm pretty sure that's probably what we're gonna call it, or the Doza Craft modded server. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out something to say, because man, is it actually a mouthful. But either way, we're back again, and when we last left off, I showed you guys a lot about what I was actually doing as far as mana manipulation, generating mana, and in this episode, real quick, I'm going to show you guys how to make a Terrasteel ingot and what that actually takes to do, and then, here, let me get out of F5 mode here, and then down here, in this chest, is everything that we would use in order to make another one of these towers. At least, no, it should be everything to make this kind of tower. And then off camera, I'll probably update this one so that they all look cool together. Eventually, we might move this to somewhere else, but right now it's out in the open. It's easy to access. I have been expanding some of the stuff down in the basement. I'm thinking about making that a lot larger, maybe redecorating this some, so it seems to be getting a little bit crowded over there. But right here, this is a mana pool, and in my hand I have the Wand of the Forest, which I discussed in the last episode. And if we right click on this, you know, there's the bar that pops up, tells us how much mana we have in there. And what we're going to do is, let's take this stuff out of the inventory here. We don't need it right now. We'll keep the sword just in case. What we're going to do is we are going to make some of the items that it takes to make the Terrasteel. So in order to make the Terrasteel, we have to have at least a half a pool of mana. It takes half a mana pool to make one ingot. So we have to make sure that that's in there. And so what we do is we come up to this, and we have to have one mana diamond. And what we do is we just come up to this pool, and you see it's got the little check mark that tells me there's enough mana in there in order to make this. We just drop it in there, bam. Gives me a mana diamond back. Okay? And then you have to have a mana pearl, which is an ender pearl, and then a mana steel, which is an iron ingot thrown in, and then now we get a mana steel. So now we have a mana diamond, a mana pearl, and a mana steel. Now I should have enough to at least do 3 ingots of Terrasteel, because I do have some stored mana in, if I open my inventory right here, this is called a mana tablet. This tablet actually holds mana. It's like a portable mana pool, and we can actually put this mana back in that pool for when we do the process. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a couple more of these. So let's go ahead and we will do 2 more of them, 2 more of them, and 2 more of them. So now we got 3 of each, which I know that I can guarantee because I have over half of a pool in here, and then also each mana tablet holds half of a pool. So now what we're going to do is actually make a piece of Terrasteel. And this is one of the reasons why I made this little staircase here. I can do it with the jetpack, but it's kind of tough to get the aim down right. Hopefully they'll go to sleep. Should I? They gonna do it? Twisted usually is on top of sleeping. Sanguist is sleeping right now. They gonna beat me to it? There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, see, Twisted went to sleep. He's usually pretty good about it. So now it's back to daytime. Anyways, so I made this little thing. I thought I made the altar look, I don't know, a little bit cool. Added some stuff. I thought about maybe doing something else around it. I'm not for sure yet, but I'd like to make this a whole area and then actually have like a dedicated room downstairs in the basement just for it. But what we're going to do real quick is if we take one of these mana diamonds, and on top of this right here, we toss 1 mana diamond, 1 mana pearl, and then 1 mana steel. And you can see how you're getting the blue circles are coming up around there. They're kind of floating around. And you have to keep your distance here, because it's taking away mana from my pool right now. And if I go and pick them items up, I do not get that mana back. So you definitely don't want to pick them up. You want to keep your distance, let that process happen, because you may accidentally lose a bunch of mana. There it is. And then we can just jump up on here, and now we have made 1 Terrasteel ingot. And then if we come over here, bam, you see how much mana that took? Now, luckily, I do have these mana tablets. Let me get this stuff out here, bring down the mana tablets. And what I can do is, right now, if you see underneath the bar, it says sparring mana to items. If I shift right click that, it says accepting mana from items. And I can actually take one of these mana tablets, and I can drop it on top there. And then you'll start to see the gray stuff. That has to do with the current update, because that's actually supposed to be blue, kind of like lightning sparks. And for some reason, it's coming out like a grayish. And it just happened. We're having some issues with the new update, kind of affecting some of the mods. But you know, it should work just fine. And if we actually right-click this pool, you see how it jumped up? And so now we have over half again, and then I can pick this up, and now my mana tablet is empty. So now we should be able to make one more. So we'll drop in a mana diamond, a mana pearl, and a mana steel. And then we'll let this happen. We'll see what goes on here. There's the blue things, the process is happening, and it actually doesn't take long for the whole process to happen. It just takes a long time to build up a good source of mana generation, so that you're able to have the mana that you need. And then also, I mean, it is expensive. Ender pearls, iron, and then diamond, you know, in order to make this Terrasteel. Now, the Terrasteel is pretty OP. It's not like fantastic. It's not the best armor in the mod pack, I don't think, but it is pretty OP. And with some of the other Botania stuff and the use of mana, you can keep the armor more durable using like a mana ring, or you can do mana enchantments, which is something else that we're going to be getting into later. But what we can do, we'll go ahead and we'll make one more. Mana diamond, mana pearl, mana steel. Man of Steel. I love that. I'm a big Superman fan, so I liked the idea that it was called Man of Steel. But it's not nearly as durable as the Terrasteel, and so that's why we want the Terrasteel. Process is happening, and then should be right about now it's going to take over. Come on, come on, come on. What are we doing here? Give me my Terrasteel. I want my Terrasteel. What's happening? We experiencing some lag here? Excuse me, I just sneezed. I'm sorry about that. Oh, man. Oh, crap. Okay, I know what's going on. I didn't even think about that. Here, we'll do this real quick. I didn't put the rest of the mana in here. And that's the reason why it stopped. So we'll let that, well, there it goes. Okay. I was like, oh, what's going on? Alright, so now we've got 3 of them. We'll just let that keep going. It's not going to hurt anything. And then now, for the rest of the episode, you can see kind of how I actually build the, okay, I got that back. No, this one still has some in it. Let's put that, let's throw you back in there. Can always use the mana. You can see how I actually build the towers. Now, this is not my idea. I didn't come up with the idea on how to build this myself. I forget who did come up with the idea, but it worked out great, and I liked the idea. It worked out good. I generate quite a bit of mana using just these 2 towers, so I can't wait to see what happens when I put this 3rd one up. So what we're going to start with here is we'll go with the carpenter's blocks. And the living wood, and that's where we'll start for now. So right on the other side of this chest, let's see, we've got 2 high, and then on the back side of this, so 2 high, and then there's our dirt. So what we're going to do is we'll put down the carpenter's blocks, 2 high, okay, and then we can turn these into living wood, and then let's grab the dirt, and then we'll go right here, 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 here. We can take this back, okay, and then on top of this, we are going to put 1 of these endo flames right here in the middle. We'll put just 1 endo flame, okay, and then actually let's hold on. We'll do the next one is 1, 2, and then at the 3rd row. So we'll do that. Let me take this back. We'll need this. If I actually click on the carpenter's block with this dirt, I can't set it like a normal block because it'll actually just put a dirt plate there instead of the whole block. So we kind of have to be careful when we do it making this. But so we need to go 1, 2, 3, and on the 3rd one, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3 on a third. Yeah, 3rd one is where it's at. So then we can go here, and then here. Yeah. Then we'll break this, and then we can put these on the sides here. Okay, there it is. And then now, what we can do is we'll pull out the mana spreaders, and we can stack these. So we're going to have 1, 2... Oh, I can't put you there? Oh, I gotta actually have a block there. Okay. Right there. And then a mana spreader. Right there. Okay. We'll break this one real quick. Alrighty. And the reason why you want to do it this way is so that all 3 of the spreaders actually get some. When you set down your endo flames, it will choose the nearest one, and it's going to accept that. And I'll show you here in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 here, get up here, and then we're going to put 1 right here. And now if I grab my wand and I actually click on, or oh no, I'm not on my wand. There we go. You see how when I highlight over the endo flame, it kind of puts that gray square over there. I don't know if you see it, the gray square on that mana spreader. And it does it right here too. So I kind of got that gray square. That's because this endo flame and that endo flame are now linked to just this mana spreader. So now if I put another mana spreader right here, and then do an endo flame right here, and then right here, and I highlight these, now you'll see that the lower mana spreader is the one that's highlighted and not the upper mana spreader. So I can actually, you'll show you the top one, then the bottom one, top one, bottom one. And it's going to do the same thing after I put this mana spreader right here. There it is. And when I do the other 2 endo flames, right there and then right there. So now if I highlight these ones, see how it changes which one from the top one is gray, and then now the bottom one is gray. See the change? Okay, so now this way, when I put, because like I said, the endo flames work off of burnable items, so I have a dispenser that drops coal next to these, and when it absorbs it, now if I drop 1 coal here, it's actually going to absorb it, and it's going to send mana to both of these spreaders at the same time. And then down here, it's going to send mana to the middle spreader and then the bottom spreader. So this way I get all 3 of them are going to be getting mana and then sending mana over to my pool at the same time. So this is actually a very basic version of this tower over here. But hopefully when we're done, we're going to have a tower that looks like that. So now what we can do is we can continue with the carpenter's blocks up along the sides. Oh. A little glitching there. There it is. Okay. There it is. And then we've got 2 above that. So 1, 2, and then we can right here, and right here. Okay. And then we can fill that in with the living wood. And the reason why I'm using the carpenter's blocks is because that lets me alter the living wood to make it get a cooler design like that over there. I really love these carpenter's blocks. There we go. Okay. And then real quick, what we're going to do is, if you notice, when I have the wand in my hand, if I get rid of the wand, you don't see that green, the green shots going to the mana pool. And then if I open it, now you do. And that's showing where it's pointing. And if you actually look at these ones, they're just blasting straight across over there. So what I do is, if I shift and then right click, I have function mode. And if I shift and right click again, I have bind mode. And what I can do is actually click on that, or shift click on that. Now it's highlighted gray. And then I can shift click on this mana pool. And now you see it pointed at the mana pool. So now it's shooting directly at the pool. So we can do that to all 3 of them. Shift click, and then shift click, and then shift click. So now all 3 of these spreaders here, I'm going to get a better view over here. You can see all 3 towers with all 9 mana spreaders are now shooting directly at that pool. And so then what we can do is set up the timing system. And so what we do is we'll just grab a couple more of these carpenter's blocks. We'll put them right here, and then right here. Put the living wood in each one of them, and then in each one of them. So what we're going to do now is, in this chest we have our droppers and our redstone timers. And so what we're going to do is just right here, we're going to place a dropper. Oh, man. See, that's that plate thing that I was talking about. You see how it just puts the plate there? It didn't place the dropper, just placed a dropper plate. And that's why I have this hammer. If we shift click with this hammer. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, I should have... I can't believe it didn't get rid of the plate. Maybe if I... There we go. Okay. So what we can do is we'll just put that back, and then we should be able to actually click on this again. See how it puts that plate there, and then click the dropper on it, and now the dropper's in place. So now we're going to take our timer. We place down our timer, and see how fast the timer's going? We don't want it to go that fast. We want it to go slow enough that the endo flames can accept the coal that gets dropped before it drops another piece of coal. And I've timed it out to about 15 seconds per drop. So right now we've got a standard time interval. If we right click on the timer, it opens up the time intervals. And we have a standard of 2 seconds. So we're just going to add 3 to bring that to 15, and then plus 10. Or add 3 to bring it to 5, and then plus 10 makes it 15. So now you see how much slower it's going. And then once it hits there, it's going to click. There we go. Except I think I actually have to turn this and make it face the other direction. I think it has to face this way. There we go. So now the output. There it is. Up, 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 up. There. And then now we'll just change it back to 15 again. So we add 3 to 5 plus 10 makes 15. So now that's working. And then we're going to do the exact same thing up here at the top. So we'll just take a living wood, drop a living wood down, put a dropper on there, place the timer this way. There it is. And then right click on the timer, add 3 plus 10, 15. And so now it's actually ready to generate mana. And then we can just build the rest of it while it's generating its mana. So in here I have coal. And then now we can place the coal inside the droppers. I usually do 2 stacks per. I'm going to try to build a tree farm with maybe some ender chests and see if as it automates the coal, it will just start sending that coal directly to these droppers. I think that would be great. I thought about maybe putting this in its own room, and then I can kind of hide it behind the walls, and then one of the things that I can do is just run some piping to the droppers, and then that will automatically do it. But if you notice, I don't have the wand in my hand, and yet we're now getting these green shots, and it's only coming from this one because this is the only one that has the coal in it. So this one right here doesn't want to shoot yet. I'm wondering if maybe it's just, there it goes, now it's shooting. As you can see, I got, the wand isn't in my hand, I got an empty hand, and now we're getting 3 beams from each one, or 3 beams from the tower, 1 from each one, and it's generating mana. So it doesn't seem like it generates like a whole lot, you know, but in comparison to a lot of other kinds of mana generation, this actually does make quite a bit. I was on with another member of the series, Guitar CFD. If you guys, he knows quite a bit about mods, and he was telling me a lot about the different mods and how to do some stuff as far as like the ME system down in the basement, which I've got some ideas from him about. But he said that one of the ways we could check how much generation this was is you can actually turn this mana into power. So we built I believe it's like a mana flux block, and what it did was it took the mana that we shoot at it and turned it into power, and we gauged how much power it generated per tick. And I don't know the exact number, but he was fairly impressed with how much that it generated. And like I said, I do have more ideas in the future for expanding this. The guy that I originally got the idea from, he did 6 endo flames on each layer with the same setup, which would generate more mana. But making the endo flames, you have to collect a lot of flowers, make the petals, you do them in the petal apothecary, and then make the endo flames. That's fairly time consuming. So eventually I might consider updating to the 6 per, and seeing if we can generate a bunch more mana that way. But right now, you know, we've only got this one tower at it. And look at it, I mean, see, we're almost halfway. I mean, I'm almost to the point that I might be able to make one more Terrasteel in this episode. And that'll put me at 4 already, which is halfway, not even halfway. 4 would give me either a set of Terrasteel boots or a Terrasteel helmet. So that's looking pretty good. So what we're going to do is actually, I'm going to have to wrap up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, it would be awesome if you left a like, even a comment. Let me know what you guys think about what I've got going on here, what you think about the Botania mod. I really like it. There's a lot more to it. I definitely want to get more into it. It's a real fun mod. Also, if you're new to my channel and you guys like what you see, you know, subscribe. You know, I'm posting videos all the time. Subscribe, watch some more videos of them. You can check out more daily Minecraft and gaming videos. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. Did you ever watch The Great and Powerful Oz?
I think the only
like
Wizard of Oz thing I've ever seen is probably the Tom and Jerry ripoff.
I mean, like, were you like 100% sheltered as a kid? I mean, Jesus Christ, really?
I was just like, never watched it. I was like, man, that's stupid. I'm not gonna watch that.
Oh my God. No, that's like... Oh, that's prime history. I mean, I feel so sad for you.